Alright. We're going to continue on with some Trails of Cold Steel. Let me go inside the room here. You know, I did forget to go back and read the Black Records. Oh well. You know, I could always just watch my own YouTube VOD. How about that? How about that? Why? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I should get some sound myself. A little bit. Misty ain't gonna be on the radio, man. What you trying to listen to the radio for?
In finance, the annexation of Crossbell has seen shares in Erebonian companies increase at an exponential rate across the board.
I actually couldn't hear that, and I thought maybe there wasn't any voice acting.
And despite the Reinford Group announcing sweeping changes to its board members, its strong forecast for the next fiscal year is...
Sounds a lot like Machius.
It's time for the start of a brand new program here on Radio Trista, coming at you promptly every Sunday. I call it Abendtime after the word for evening. Might be a little cliched, but sometimes simple is best, right? Cliches are cliches for a reason, after all. Anyway, my name is Misty, and I'll be your host.
She's also your enemy? Yeah, who calling us this late at night?
This is you, isn't it, Rean?
Ugh, her.
Yes, it's me. Sorry for calling you like this so late in the evening. I'm not bothering you, am I?
Very much so.
Yes, I wasn't going to, but Her Highness insisted. It'll take some getting used to, but it's nice to be able to hear your voice even when you're so far away. I didn't have any specific reason for calling. It was just that the letter you sent about your return from Crossbell arrived today. Oh, please don't apologize. I know how busy you must be
Man,
now.
you gotta pass through Heimdallar to get there. Come on, man.
Believe me, I was just happy to hear you were back safe and sound. Your trip must have been exhausting. By the sound of things, you did an excellent job, too. I'm so proud of you, Rean. If you say so.
What was that?
No, not at all. Regardless, now that I've heard your voice, I feel a lot better. So I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your night.
And
now.
don't call again.
Oh, there's no need for that. Good night, Rean. Sweet dreams.
Random out of the blue phone call. Alright, so our free day has arrived. We got plenty of quests to do and plenty of people to talk to. What are our quests? Give it to me. Alright, so Angelica wants to race again. Patrick wants to duel again. Come on, man. Haven't you learned your lesson? Okay. New radio show. And a fishing battle. Okay. Okay, so we gotta talk to Tala. Got it. Alright, first order of business, per usual, we gotta talk to some people. We got plenty of character notes to go through. So first order of business, we need to talk to Sarifa. Sarifa. And then talk to Edel. Alright, get those character notes. Let's go grab this quest right quick since we're here. So Alan. Yeah, might as well make the most of it by doing other people's work for them instead of enjoying myself. Okay, so we gotta go talk to a bunch of people. We can do that. How hard is it to talk to a bunch of people? Okay, so he just wants 2. Not a problem. Except if you want 1 bonus AP, you gotta get all kinds of stuff. Alright, so... let's see. Just wanna check if I do have to go to the radio station. So we'll go over there real quick. Grab this quest too. What's up, Michael? Oh, there you go. You can make yourself more famous. Exclusive interview. Man, he should have actually done that. You got that many towns, man? We visited a bunch of towns, and that was about it. Yeah, you gotta start with what you know first. Listenership. Interesting combination word there. Alright, man. We got you. Okay. So, next order of business. I'm gonna go to Mick's pawn shop. We gotta talk to him for the pawn shop side quest. Man, you gotta embrace it, Reen. You can't just hate it for the rest of your life. Like how they had to have a like a little side comment there to have Reen ask him when he could have just said, "Hey Mick, you got anything for a pawn shop?" Which would probably been in the vein of a similar amount of words, and probably would have avoided that longer transition. It just seems kind of weird. Alright, so you want something horse related. But we're going to get out of here. And we'll finish up those quests in a little bit here. We need to go up and finish up some character notes. So we need to go talk to Lottie. Wow, look at that. It's still hot here in California. Alright, thanks, Lot. We're going to talk to you again. Get your character note. And we're going to talk to Monk, who also has a character note. Okay, that was easy. We go inside, talk to Mr. Klein. Apparently he was with the army for a little while. Alright, that guy had a character note. And next up, gotta go inside the auditorium, one of the rare moments where it's actually open. And who am I looking for? Is it Hugo? Hey, stop barking, dog. What are you selling? Ooh, okay. He's selling some expensive stuff. Tricorn. Expensively bad stuff. Oh, and this guy sells all the Gambler Jacks. I guess if you missed all of these, you can get them right here. I didn't know that. What are you selling, Becky? Kenny. Oh, are these upgrades? No, they're not. This probably is, though, for Elisa at the very least. Actually, for a lot of people. Might actually be worth giving to Sarah, too. Wow. Huh. Buy 3 of those. Give you 1. Oh, I guess we can only equip 1. Platinum jacket. Alright. Cool, cool. And nonsense. What you got, bruh? That's pretty good. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, okay. They're selling some stuff in there. Make our way to the Academy Field. Don't want to talk to Patrick just yet. Let's see, we'll talk to Lambert. Man, it is burning up. Okay, we'll stay away from them for now. Come back to them. Let's see. Sure, let's go inside the gymnasium. Might as well, since we're here. Who has my... Oh, of course you're in there. Like, when I go right next to the door, I'm like looking for somebody. I'm like, okay, nobody's in there that I need to talk to. Suckers. Okay. I don't know why we're talking to her, but, you know, whatever. Monica, you're important today. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Yeah, you two duke it out. And we're gonna go talk to someone over here. What's up, VV question mark? Okay, get a character note update from her. And we're gonna ride over here, skip that quest for now. I always like doing the side quest first, just in case. 'Cause, you know, things are problems. Talk to Friedel. Vice Captain. You selling anything good? Being no. Going upstairs, we're gonna try to guess which one. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but it's this one, right? It's this one? Nope. I'm bad. There we go. Lower Chess Club. Talk to Stefan. Stefan. Stephen. Stefan. Can we determine who is winning this chess match? I can't really get a good zoom in on it. Let's see. 5 pieces to 5 pieces. We're gonna say black is winning. Let's see. White is missing a bishop and a knight, while black is losing a bishop and a knight as well. Or maybe they're just full on even. Are they just mirrored? No. No, they're not. Interesting. And then this one is barely started. All right, one last person to talk to. Beryl. They're crazy magical powers that I know nothing about. Okay, so that's all the character note stuff. So we're gonna head back and we're gonna start doing these quests. First quest we're gonna do is the fishing one. Oh, I remember this one.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
I remember this one. As per all the fishing quests, we need to catch a particular fish. I believe in this case we have to catch 2 particular fish. So, I wasn't reading the text, but if I remember this correctly, she's going to get married to some noble house guy, and she doesn't really want to marry him. And the only way to stop it is to do a fishing contest. That's off the top of my head. Oh, and it's Kenneth's brother. I was going to say that, but I wasn't 100% sure. Although I guess we haven't gotten to the challenge for a fishing contest yet. Oh, here we go. Vice captain, huh? I think I'm a captain. I'm a better fisherman than you are, Kenneth. But you know, we'll help you out just this once. You know, we'll take a step down so that you can have some glory. I'm okay with that. And slightly off topic. I'm gonna try to get through all of the side quests today. If I double check here, This is actually a lot more stuff than I thought I had to do. Wow, this is way more than I thought. So I knew there was a lot of stuff, but we're gonna try to get through all this today. We're gonna push for it. It's gonna be either a normal stream or an extended one. But I want to get to the point where I'm right before the final dungeon. Because tomorrow I actually want to wrap up the game, or at least get close enough so that Friday I could finish it with one stream. Which means tomorrow may be upwards of 3 streams total. We'll see. Today I just had like this crazy urge to stream, but I didn't want to stream on a whim, even though all the stuff that we're doing right now is not really that important. But trying to keep the stream still 2 hours or so. I think that's a happy medium that doesn't force me to cut things up too badly. And one of the reasons that I want to finish this game either Friday or before is because I think Monday I'm gonna at the very least start a new game, whether that be Shadows of Mordor or Horizon Zero Dawn. Haven't decided yet. Yeah. So I'll figure that out. But the final dungeon's really long, as I've said a couple of times, so don't really remember how long it's gonna take me. And then the final boss is gonna take me a while too. If the final boss Divine Night Battles excluded from the first game was any indication, I'm gonna have a lot of difficulties with the final boss in this game. So gonna try to be prepared for that. Give myself plenty of time. Man, this quest has so much talking. Yeah, I caught that bad boy. I haven't had swordfish before. You know, come to think of it, I haven't had very many fishes. I've had salmon, I've had I've been told I've had red snapper. I don't remember that. I've had catfish. I've probably had carp. And probably it. I really like calamari. Haven't had octopus, although I've had opportunities to have octopus. Actually, the strangest thing that I've ever eaten, ever, was jellyfish. And it was up when I was going to school in San Francisco. And we visited a place that we've never been to before, my roommates and I. And, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna actually, you know, try something that I've never tried before. Step outside of my comfort zone. And it's so hard to describe what jellyfish actually is. It's
Now that's a
so
catch.
well, the first thing is I don't think it was bad per se. I think the way it was prepared is what I didn't like about it, because it was basically cold and made in like sesame oil or something, or not sesame oil, but like maybe sesame oil and sesame seeds and stuff like that. So it just tasted like sesame seeds or sesame flavor. I didn't really like that. But the strangest thing about jellyfish is that it's like, you know, jelly or whatever. Think of like the consistency of a noodle. It's very much like a noodle, but it's not soft. It's well, I mean, it is soft, but it's crunchy too. It's
Whoa, this is a big one.
super weird. I don't know how to describe it better than that. It's a crunchy, soft noodle. I can't think of anything soft that's crunchy. But anyways, it was definitely an interesting experience. I would try it again. But it would just have to be prepared differently. I wasn't a fan of cold jellyfish. You know, give me some warm or hot jellyfish. Maybe like throw some chicken in there or something like that, or some rice. You know, like give me some stuff to go along with it, or some sauce or something. It has to be warm though. Like, you can't give me that cold stuff. But I'm totally down to be trying new kinds of foods. I just need to be given the opportunity to do so, or visit places that do that. And I'm sure there's a couple places near where I live, but you know, those would be fancy restaurants, and I don't really want to spend the money on that. Sushi's the bomb diggity though. There's a sushi place not too far from me, and it's my spot. They have the best dragon roll that I've ever had, and I've had some dragon rolls, and none of them compare to this place. I need to go there. Maybe I'll go there this weekend. I usually go there on Sundays. Maybe I'll go to the sushi place. Problem is, sushi is kind of expensive, and I am not one of those people that just eats just a little bit. You know what I mean? When I go out to eat, I'm getting something to bring back home, and in some cases save for later. So, you know, for example, when I go to a place like Wienerschnitzel, I'm gonna get like 10 hot dogs or something like that. Maybe like a chili cheese fry, and like a small fry or large fry or medium fry, whatever, what have you. And I'll have maybe, you know, like 3 to 5 hot dogs that day, and then I'll save the rest for later on in the day or the next day. So when I go to a sushi place, I'm gonna get like 4 plus rolls of sushi. Although surprisingly, sushi is very filling. So usually, depending on how hungry I am, I can only eat 2 or 3. But sushi's expensive. It's like $8, $9 a roll. And the dragon roll, by the way, it has eel on it, and eel is some tasty stuff. I dig it. All right, so we got to control Kenneth. Catch it first try. Bust your buster. All right. I guess eel's kind of strange. Oh, definitely not as strange as jellyfish. Hey, Blue Matsu. Haven't seen you in a little while. It's going pretty good. How are you? Oh, I wasn't prepared for that one. Got it. Oh, we get no points for that. Come on, man. What you been up to, Bumatsu? Preposterous twaddlecock. His name is Narcissus. This is probably the longest side quest in the game, come to think of it. Oh, today's your birthday. Happy birthday, man. Hope you celebrated it with something something nice. You know, if that's your thing. I myself, I don't like celebrating my own birthday. If people just, you know, if they just say, you know, hey man, you know, happy birthday, you know, that's fine. I don't want no presents. I don't want no attention, no nothing. That's a perfect birthday for me. But there are a lot of people that, you know, like the whole birthday spiel, I guess. I mean, getting the attention on your birthday is not a bad thing. It's just not for me. Yeah, but did you get any presents for your birthday? I mean, I know, you know, you're a grown person, but, you know, sometimes people still give you presents for your birthday. You wish? Well, maybe you should buy yourself something. I think Shadow of Mordor might still be $4. You can double check on that. Store page. No, it's not anymore. Need some new earbuds that you can use with your phone and laptop. That'd be a good idea. Although, if you have an iPhone, you know, the markup on those things is ridiculous. Man, I still don't see the allure of an iPhone. Why? Maybe I shouldn't even get into that discussion. But I guess where I could start it and leave it is, I don't think paying $800 or $500 or even $400 for a phone is worth it. But it's just me. I'm kind of stingy with my technology. All I needed to do is allow me to import my music, play my music, and make phone calls. Alright, so we're done with that quest. Quest takes forever in the day. So we're going to go back and talk to Mick again. Oh, do we have bonding points? No. I was about to say, like, I don't remember getting bonding points. You pay for a phone. I will keep it for years. You agree? Yeah. The phone that I had when I was in school, it started not breaking down on me, but the battery life was getting really bad. I actually still have the phone. And so one of my roommates, he had a phone, and he was like, hey, I'm gonna buy this iPhone or whatever. You can have my old phone. I was like, okay, free phone, let's go. And so I had that phone for a really long time. And it was only a couple years ago that I got a new phone, and that was because the phone that I got from my roommate was, starting to, I guess, degrade in battery life or what have you. And I didn't want to buy a new battery because, they charge too much for those. So I bought a new phone, and I still have it. And it's, it's a simple one. It's, nothing crazy. No iPhone. It was $100. Does what I need it to do. I'm happy with it. Battery life is still holding together. I dig it. Alright, so we talked to Mick. Finally got that out of the way. And where are you? The child category. Speaking of which, I don't know if you were around when I was talking about the crazy food that I've eaten. Have you eaten any crazy food, Bumatsu? And I'm not saying like like any maybe exotic food or something like that. Then again, I don't know if jellyfish is exotic, but yeah, I was saying that I had jellyfish once when I went to school in San Francisco, and it was kind of crazy. Oops. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Wow, you're not the person that I need to. Where are you, homeboy Slice? Is he not in here? You had seed bread and money brains. Never again. I have never heard of either of those. What is seed bread? I was like, why can't I find the stairs to go up? Okay, maybe I'll eat the seed bread, but not the brains. What is money brains? What is seed bread too? Oh, monkey brains. Okay, that's interesting. I've definitely never had any brains. I used to watch what's that show with was the Travel Channel show? What is his name? It's not Anthony Bourdain. It's the other guy. That does Bizarre Foods. What is his name? Gonna have to look it up. Old man Abbott, we gonna look this up. Andrew Zimmern. There we go. That's the guy that I was thinking of. I watched one episode of his show, and he went to, I think it was India, and they have, like, I think it's duck eggs, or maybe it's just a bird egg. I don't know what particular kind of bird it was, but it was a delicacy in the region or the country that he was in, where the bird is inside the egg still. Like it's an actual bird, but it's, you know, dead, of course, and they eat it, and just, you know, like this is the food that people eat, you know, like half fertilized bird eggs or whatever. It's crazy. I don't know if I don't think I would ever eat one of those, but you know, it's kind of crazy, some of the stuff that that people eat around the world. But I mean, if they eat it, it must be good, so I don't know. That was a good show, Bizarre Foods. I really liked that show. But then they decided that Bizarre Foods wasn't good enough, so they made Bizarre Worlds, which, instead of focusing on bizarre foods, they focused more on the cultures and the lifestyles of people that eat bizarre foods. And it just wasn't nearly as interesting to me, and I stopped watching. Which is a shame, because Bizarre Foods was a really great show. Geez, Sarah, so nice. We do want to find more items. 2 is the minimum, but we want to get more. So we're going to continue with this quest. Talk to you. I can't think of any other crazy... Well, I can't think of other crazy foods that he's eaten, Andrew Zimmern, but I don't think anybody wants to hear kind of the weird stuff that he's eaten. That's weirder than eating a half-fertilized bird egg. At least I think it was half-fertilized or half-grown something. But have you been playing any games recently, Blumatsu? You don't think you want to eat half of what he's eaten? I'm kind of right there with you. You know, I'm all for exploring the different kinds of foods out there, but there are definitely some foods out there that I just kind of, I guess I'm kind of afraid to eat. As difficult as it is to say that. I mean, people eat like grasshoppers, and I don't even think I want to eat a grasshopper. I've eaten a cricket before. That's probably as adventurous as I've gone with eating insects. Anyways, for this Junk Wanted quest, this is the last person that we need to talk to, Clara. And once we're done with her, we can turn it in when we want to. But we got some more people to talk to first. Man, look at her, straight to the point. Man, why can't more people be like her? Alright, we're gonna go down to the first floor real quick. And go into the faculty lounge, talk to you. Man, that's all you need to get this man to talk. I don't think I've ever seen that word before. Cajolement? Cajolement. What does that mean? Doesn't seem like a word that would be in Reen's lexicon. Cajolement. To persuade by flattery or promises. Wheedle, coax. I like this definition of cajolement. The act of cajoling or the state of being cajoled. Thanks. I mean, I know that's probably the actual definition for the word, but, you know, how about you explain what cajole is first? Or in that definition. Alright, you've been playing Gorgon, never heard of that one. Secret World Legends. They just relaunched that, or they launched it as free to play recently or something like that. Dungeon Defender 2, I've heard of that, never played it. Slime Rancher, I saw that. And I was on the fence if I would be interested in it or not. Do you like that one, Slime Rancher? I've been curious to check that one out. Sure, let's turn in this quest. Let's see, Smite, Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is another game that I need to play, but because it's such a I guess big game in a sense, I have no idea when I can slot time for it. Might have to be something that I just play on my own time. Terraria, I've been playing Terraria lately on my own time with Heels and another buddy of ours. We actually just beat the Golem yesterday. And so we have the Lunatic Cultist And then I think the Moon Lord next. And then we're done. And don't even try to say no. Alright, so it gives us a bunch of ingredients. And Creativerse. Never heard of that one. Do I have? Hey. Do I have, what do I call it? Dungeon Defenders? I don't think I have that game. There's someone I know who's a really big Secret World fan. Also, I'm gonna say this right now. For this quest, before you turn it in, there's a nice big shiny note over there. It is so easy to miss. But you need this to get the bonus AP for the 100%. So once you've talked to everybody, make sure you grab this note because you need it for this quest. I actually... Oh... Yup. That's totally from, what's her face? What's her name? I can't even think of her name. Vito Clotilde. There we go. Man. Like one of the most important people in this game, and I can't remember her name. But I think when I first played this game, that note didn't have the shininess over it, so it wasn't easy to spot at all. I nearly missed it. There's no voice acting, right? Okay. It would be nice if, you know, if she could voice act this. Yeah, come on, man. You think he don't know who Misty is? Or that it was Misty? My goodness. And you think Vita could come back and start hosting a new show? I wonder. It's an okay place. It ain't all that, man. And when we get our bonus AP, and here's our hidden quest. Remember in the first game where I said there are swimming quests? We're gonna continue that. All right, so we're gonna go to the faculty lounge, talk to Nightheart, do the final swimming quest that I know of. There might be. Oh yeah, this. I still don't know what the importance of this is. Is there anything else in here that I should know about? Nope. It's just so random. Like, why is that there? There you go, Reen. That's the good outlook. I thought we were here to exchange information. Here it comes. Yep. Time for some swimming lessons. Let's get sweaty. It's kind of a weird thing to say when you're swimming. Do you sweat while swimming? You know, the water's usually cold. And so you're not really exerting yourself to a point where your body needs to cool down by sweating because you're swimming in cold water. That's incredibly bizarre. All right, the Manway method once more. All right, so the person you pick, you get Link experience. I know Elliot and Eustace are at max. Machias should be because I chose him as my best friend. So let's pick Gaius. All right, and we have to get first place in both rounds, and we can. Oh, I kind of spoiled that there's a second round. Well, maybe not really, but need to get first place in both rounds, and you can retry as many times as you want to get the bonus AP. Let's see if we can get this first try. Oh my gosh! That was going kind of quick. I think I lost. Okay. Got it. Never doubted myself. That's probably a little too loud. Oh, as soon as someone starts talking, it's going to be blasting into my ears. Yeah, that's a little loud. Alright, so who's next? Uh-oh. So first order of business was the guys train, then the girls train with Reen helping, of course. And now it's gonna be a battle. Guys versus girls. Who's gonna win? Rollicking? Is that rollicking? Rollicking? Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, now we have to win. Don't worry, man. We're going to take on Fee. I know she needs Link experience. And we'll get one of the tough people out of the way. Failure is not an option. Wow. Wow. That's okay, Reem. Just don't hide it. That was pretty silly. We just want the Link XP. That's all we care about. Oh, that one's close. Ooh, that one was really close. And I mean, got him. Bodied. Get out of here. What? We just beat Fee. How can we lose like this? The path of righteousness. kind of surprised by it too. Nightheart. All right, so Milliam saves the day. Oh, man. Reen, you need to keep your hands to yourself, man. Let me get a Zerum capsule. Might come in handy, actually. Although, much like the first game, I really don't use too many items. All right, so there's that. We're almost done with the side quests here. Or, well, scratch that. We are done with the side quests. Now we gotta move on to the required quests. And Angelica wants to do another battle. Or wants to do battle. I don't think we raced her before, because she didn't really have a vehicle. Start your engines, your orbital engines. Alright, this one can actually be a little tough. But I believe you can rematch as many times as you want. I've never actually lost. I've only done the quest once before. But you know. These bikes look pretty much identical. But you don't even drink. You turn down Sarah all the time. Alright, we got this. Looks like we're actually ahead a little bit. Oh my gosh. What was that? What is that boost that she got? Alright, so we gotta cheat a little bit. This is like the only way to win. Wow, that transition. Yeah, we gotta go off road, take the shortcuts. That's what I meant to say. Newer ability is a lot better than before. Also, I have no idea where we're going. Did I win? Hey! So yeah, pretty easy. You just got, you know, get off the road a couple times. But it can be hard. Especially if, you know, bump into something. You gotta go, Blue Matsu. Alright, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good one. See you again. Or as Husky StarCraft used to say, see you guys next time. Only in this case, see Blue Matsu next time. Man, what happened to Husky StarCraft? I used to watch his videos all the time. His commentary was A tier, man. Then he just kind of vanished into the abyss. Five? I don't think so, man. Oh, all right. Congratulations, George. Man, you're the one who's going to be traveling the world. You're going to be doing the public awareness. We're going to be riding around in a divine night, cleaving people in half. We get the lightning belt, a very good accessory, if I remember correctly. And in a key. Au revoir. First time she says anything French. Alright, one more quest to do before we can move on. And that's over here at the Academy Field. Patrick wants to do battle. So we gonna do battle. Might have saved prematurely there. We need to... Oh, you still have waterfall. Let me get rid of detection though. Let's give Dragon Vision back to you. You're fine. Actually, I'll have to keep detection on him. The tough calls. You still got waterfall on you too. I need to give someone detection, and if I'm rolling into the final dungeon with my max party or my late game party, I don't really know. I mean, I have to give it to Rean, but then I won't be able to give him Dragon Vision, which is not necessary, but you know, just saves me battle scopes and turns. Maybe I can give it to Sarah, actually. Alright, so before this one, you definitely do want to save. That's why I saved before doing this fight. The fight can throw you for a loop. I don't know about all that. I don't want any non-students. Come on. So I'm actually considering taking Fee, mostly because she has 100% evade, which means that she's not going to take any damage from physical attacks. And I can't use Sarah. The alternative is I take Elliot or Emma, and they'll do just fine. Let's try Fee. Pretty sure you don't get CP back in between turns, though. Yeah, let's try Fee. If I could use Sarah, I would have used Sarah. Lightning Belt. This is the item that we got. 50 strength, 5 speed, 50 accuracy, and 5% crit. Super good. I wanted to see... Okay, you already have those. You already have those too. Give you those crystal heals. Sarah, what are you using? Strega Omega. We'll give you the last crystal heals. Alright, let's do this. Bring it on! Alright, I'll have to have Rean get the final kills. Oh, you know what? I should have gave Rean the Ice Crown. Dang. Let's do this.
Watch out! This is a tough one!
turn down that volume just a little bit.
My turn.
Let's see. Fee gets to go right. Oh man, we're not at full CP right now either. Wait, hold on. Before I go all out, I do not have these people scanned. They don't have very many hit points. I can definitely one-shot them. Hold on a second. Let me see. If I cast this on myself, that's when I'll cast it. There's another crit down there, though.
Marcus, activate.
Okay.
If I do that... No. Yeah, we'll go over here.
Got it.
Got you.
Alright, Serene gets the crit there.
Too
Yeah,
slow.
what are you doing, man?
Got it.
Got you.
This is why I chose Fee. Because, yeah, I could probably actually kill them pretty easily with
My
maybe
turn.
like a Flame Dragon and a Clone Solarian, but don't have to. We're gonna play it safe. So I actually don't remember if I have Dragon Vision on or not. So we're gonna battle scope both of these people. Extremely capable butler in service of the High Arms family, fights alongside Patrick using martial arts.
My turn.
I don't know why I went that way. Battle scope Patrick. Third son of the High Arms family, trained with the sword since infancy and highly skilled as a result.
Too slow. Now,
Got you.
your turn.
Oh,
Here I go.
okay. Let's go Spirit Unification. Get that 10 CP right there.
Let's move.
Let's see how much damage we can do with
Burn
this.
to ash.
By 60k?
Fall.
Okay. I'll see you.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
Good job, Ring. Bringing the ruckus. And we win. Not bad, not bad. You guys got body. Wow. What's going on here? We won this fight. Uh-oh. So, yep. We need to fight these three. Hopefully we get a third party member. to help us out here. This time we will take a caster if we do. Alright, so we gotta battle these three. Alright, well, we can take them down. And we do get another teammate. So we're gonna call Emma to help us out. And her CP is really low too. That's disappointing. We don't need a prep for this. Emma's gonna bring the ruckus. Alright, we're gonna make sure that we have them all scanned first for the character notes. Or not character notes, the notebook data. And same strategy basically. Gonna send Fee up into the front to get the attacks, soak the attacks, while we have everyone else just prepare for
dangerous.
basically the one shot. Or you're gonna run
turn.
up in my face.
Let's move.
Alright. Oh, wow, we don't have anything on anybody. Let's start with you.
Yeah.
Second year student who is heir to the Floral family, a narcissist, but his skill with a spear is genuine.
My turn.
I guess we're not going to have her run up since what's his face already ran up. I didn't read hers, but you know, whatever. And I could use your detection, but
Now.
where would be the fun in that?
Too slow. Got it.
Got you.
Let's see what she's gonna do. Okay, I can survive this. Barely. Oh!
Sorry, everyone.
Too slow.
Oh my gosh.
I'll handle it.
I can't believe that just happened. Alright, you have an impede.
Eliminating targets. Got it. I'll back you up. Too slow. Got it.
Get
I'll
wrecked.
back you up. Here I go.
Alright, so why don't you cast Seraphic Ring? Serene had to go over and die. Freaking Link attack, man.
Thanks.
You're gonna attack Reen again, aren't you? Sure.
Too slow. Got it. I'll back you up. My turn.
Okay, you go back there. I think Flash Grenade is going to be the most helpful here.
It's my turn.
Okay, let's set up for the kill.
Ah,
My turn.
Let's see who's not gonna die by this. I think everybody's gonna die by this.
I'll handle it.
Oh, nobody died to that.
Too slow. Now.
Rick.
Got you! My turn.
Kind of surprised I didn't, whatchamacallit. Let's see, can I do 13k with this?
Burn to ash.
I need my CP back, so I need all these kills. I missed one.
I'll handle it. Here I go.
Let's see. No, that's not gonna help.
I'll handle it.
My turn.
Get that CP on Reem. He's gonna need it.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
Got the scouter. Wow, if he didn't get the level from that, okay. Okay. Let's see how it is. Alright, so now we are the champions. Nobody else can challenge us to anything, because we're the best. Yeah, you actually killed Reem. It's, mostly because of my negligence. But, I mean, a kill's a kill. Uh-oh. Who wants to battle us now? You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. Man. We gotta fight the principal and Beatrix. Oh my gosh. We about to get bodied. Patrick. Oh my gosh. Alright. We'll do what we can. Can we call a fourth party member? Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna grab our boy Elliot. Okay. And I'm afraid of this fight, but I'm not afraid of this fight. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna set up like this. We need Fee to take all the hits while everyone else buffs up, basically. Man, look at her carrying around this gigantic sniper rifle.
This one looks dangerous. Be careful.
Let's move.
Oh, man. Alright, so why don't you do that? This was actually probably a waste to do that early. When I should have impassioned first.
Yeah.
But I kind of just wasted a turn.
I'll handle it.
Alrighty, so we don't have scans on either of them. We'll have our casters do that. Get her up there. Did you really just... Okay. Oh
Your
my
turn.
gosh.
My turn.
What was that? Hold on a second. I could do this better. Battle scope you. Oh my gosh, they have a lot of hit points. Are you weak against anything? Status down. That's it.
Here I go.
Emma. Dang, that CP damage was nasty.
Arcus activate.
It's my turn.
Okay, let's get this last battle scope on the principal.
Try this.
Honorary General of the Army. Strong enough to cleave a tank in half. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, Fee. This is probably the
2.
best course of action.
Ha!
So we can get that delay in.
And done. Now,
Yeah, let's
get
do
this
that.
over with.
Right.
Leave it to me.
Look how little damage they're taking.
Here I go.
So you're linked up with Fee.
Here goes.
Do this.
Overdrive.
Dang it. Oh well.
Burn to ash. Fall. Now.
You're done. Okay.
Let's see. You're the more dangerous one right now.
Now.
Got you. Here I go. Burn to a... Now's our chance.
You're done.
This should help.
Oh, I didn't change off Elliot's whatchamacallit. That's bad.
You're finished.
Kill? Not even close. Hey, that's obnoxious. Hey, can you stop that?
Right. Arcus activate.
Big damage.
Too slow. Got it.
Got you.
Your turn.
Wow. Fee.
Let's move.
Oh, we can't call Valimar into this fight. That would be hilarious if we could do
Here
that.
I go.
Let's see. Well, this is disappointing.
Arcus, activate!
Try
If he
this.
has Hades, this should kill Beatrix. Guess he doesn't.
It's my turn.
She's probably gonna heal herself again.
Arcus, activate!
Wow, that was big damage.
I'll handle it. Here I go.
Dang it. And she's gonna heal him. For how much?
Now!
She's almost dead. And he's healing himself again.
Let's move!
Alright, Beatrix is dead.
Burn to ash!
Reen is dead.
Too slow.
I'm sorry, everyone.
I'll handle it.
We'll use an item, because why not?
Thanks!
Okay.
And you can Seraphic Ring.
Arcus, activate.
Thanks!
Thank you very much. It's my turn.
And I guess we'll do that.
Okay.
Still has 0 damage.
Too slow.
Let's move!
Alright. Reen. Why don't you cast that on yourself?
This should help. Right. Arcus, activate.
As you can see, this battle can be really tough. So you definitely need to bring your A team for this one. And definitely kill Beatrix
My
first
turn.
if you can. Ooh, 1 damage. Alright, he's almost... Ooh, and missed Reen, thank goodness.
Too slow. Got it.
Got you! Here I go! Arcus,
Firebolt that
activate!
sucker.
Huh.
Here I go. Arcus,
So
activate.
Emma's gonna kill him.
I'll handle it. Got it.
Got you! My turn!
This should.
Emma's definitely gonna kill him. There we go. Took him down. Man, Reen is such a liability when he doesn't have all his CP up.
We should be
and-
safe now.
And he can't evade attacks. Come on, Reen.
Success.
Need you to hold up. Probably needs more hit points. He's getting 2 shot. And now we are the strongest in the academy. There's going to be no one else that's going to stop by and tell us that they're stronger. Because we got the AP. I mean, that means that we're done, right? I'm just trolling you guys. We're done. We're finally finished with this quest. And we can crown ourselves champions. Man, but Instructor Beatrix using that CP attack to deal damage to our CP, that's incredible. I didn't know she could do that. Here she's casting her super mega field medic abilities, giving us HP, EP, and CP. Crazy old man. Beat them both. Ain't nobody stronger than us now. Not even McBurn. We beat McBurn too. I mean, we didn't beat his phase 2 or anything like that, but we still the best. We ain't the best. Not even close. I mean, you can fight us as many times as you want. You're still gonna get bodied. That's just the long and the short of it. We get the Albion Garb. I don't know what that does. I'm guessing it's terrible though. And Tyrol Bomb. Blah. All right. Patrick finally respects us. I guess that's a win. I don't know. Fortunately, we, you know, already had that. But, the next sort of events happen. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Some stuff happens here. We're gonna do it. We'll see about saving it for later, but we'll do it now. It's probably gonna take a little bit longer though.
You have also sensed the disturbance episode.
What's up, Valimar, with that crazy telepathy going on?
Indeed. There was movement within the Earth phase, but not solely that. I have sensed something else.
Yep.
Correct. The structure beneath which I once lay dormant. Known to you and your friends as the Old Schoolhouse.
Something's going on. Surprise! The Old Schoolhouse is once again the final dungeon. Okay, so I'm gonna go talk to Tower, turn in my quest if they let me. Man, the next president's just gonna die. Angler management? Does that only have 1 AP? I guess it does. Huh. Thought there was more.
Wow!
have been tough.
There's so much stuff to do. Alright, so let's find out what's going on with the old schoolhouse. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a very...
Aha, there you are.
A longer episode stream kind of thing. What's up, Tovo?
Long time no see. Nah, nothing like that. I'm just in Trista for work I need Sarah and Mick for, you see. I figured while I was here, I might as well come and see how things have been with you. Then I saw you walking off over here, and it seemed like the perfect time to catch up and say hey, so, you know, here I am. This is that old building Valimar used to be sealed away in, huh? Sarah's the one who told me all about it, but she wasn't lying about how creepy it is. Why are you hanging around here?
I think I skipped some dialogue there. Oops.
Okay. It's relatively peaceful right now, yeah. It won't last, though. If anything, it's only going to get worse. Thanks to Crossbell being annexed before a full-on war could break out, things have, on the surface, calmed down. That's partly thanks to you, too. The only problem is, now there's no power out there at home or abroad capable of stopping him. And by him, I mean our friend the Blood and Iron Chancellor, of course.
Yep, he's planned this masterfully. AKA Pops.
Hmm? What's up? Don't worry, Reem. Sarah's told me no more about what went down in that castle than she feels I need to know. I'm not privy to any details involving your friend's death or your private business.
The guy makes it sound like he knows what's going on.
I can't pretend I haven't managed to fill in a few gaps just from putting two and two together, though. Oh, I don't doubt it. I'm guessing time will help in that regard, but it'll only go so far. Hey, Reem. I know I've asked you this before, but you sure you wouldn't consider becoming a bracer? I really do think you'd be a natural. That you've got the physical strength goes without saying, but I think your mindset is right up our alley, too. The guild might be kinda limited in what it can do here in Erebonia, but we do work all over the continent. I'm not saying leave everything behind and run, but it'd be a good chance to look within yourself and think things through. Well, if that's what you want. That's a real shame, though. Here was me thinking I'd be able to bring a promising rookie into the fold, too. No big. We'll see if you change your mind come graduation. I'm not giving up on you just yet.
Oh, there he is.
Who's that? Is that who I think it is?
Huh. Now there's a familiar
What is she
voice.
doing here? This sucker. That sucker too.
Wow. What did we do to deserve this honor?
Reen, Toval, it's wonderful to see you both again. I must say, I wasn't expecting to find the two of you here, alone.
What are you implying, Alvin?
Well, when I spoke to you yesterday, you sounded a little despondent. Which is what prompted me to tell her if she was that worried, she should come and pay you a visit.
You've got to be two of the most fearless young ladies in Erebonia. Although with the third most fearless young lady in Erebonia as an escort, I'm sure you've got nothing to worry about.
I'm honored you would say so. It's good to see you again, Toval.
Likewise. We're not exactly on the same side these days, but there's no need to let that stop us from being friendly off the clock.
I'd like nothing more, honestly. Oh,
Oh yeah, we're not on friendly terms with Claire at the moment.
I assure you my accompanying them was purely by coincidence. I never once thought you were putting me out, so don't worry. I did wonder whether it might be best to stay out of your sight, truth be told. Not at all. If I hadn't been so self-righteous, I'm truly sorry.
It looks like another formidable foe has entered the fray. Your Highness, please!
Reen, I swear, you're a damn magnet for trouble when it comes to women.
Well, this sure is an odd place for everyone to be hanging out in the middle of the day.
What you want, Celine? Gato.
Celine! Ooh! Oh, how I've longed to pet that glossy black fur again! You're never going to give this up, are you? I thought something felt odd over here, but I guess that's because of you guys. Forgot what?
Is something wrong?
Oh yeah, you did say you were here for some reason.
I was about to say, cue the bell.
Huh?
Is that the old schoolhouse's bell?
Wait, didn't Sarah say that the last time this rang...
Dun 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 dun. That's right, if you haven't pieced it together yet, we're going back into the old schoolhouse.
What's happening? The building is glowing? Yeah, this is obviously serious. Unlike the last time, however, there doesn't appear to be any kind of barrier around it.
Here comes the squad.
What in the world? It's just like the first night of the festival.
Reen, what's happening here? Wait, Elise? Your Highness? Whoa! Claire and Toval are here too?
What's going on here?
Do my eyes deceive me? Are all three of the Fabulous 15s here in one place?
Way to keep your priorities in check, Angie.
What's happening here, Celine? Don't ask me, I just got here. Reen, can you tell us everything you know?
I think we all need to be apprised of the situation.
I think they could have skipped this little part right here. They ain't gotta show everybody walking inside the building. Alright, I was gonna say, are they gonna skip to the part but it doesn't look like it. Oh, they are. Yep, the old schoolhouse has changed. Welcome to the longest dungeon in the game. Probably actually in both games.
What happened here?
This doesn't look anything like the inside of the old schoolhouse.
It's changed form many times in the past, but at this point it no longer even feels like we're inside a building. The strange rumors about this place were around even when I was a student, but I never pictured anything like this.
When was the last time it changed?
A while ago. The last time anything this extreme happened was when the 7th floor opened up.
Still, that was underground, right? This is the first time it's happened above ground, I think.
Yeah. There's no sign of that door with the elevator inside either.
It's like all someone did was snap their fingers and the whole interior was changed in no time flat.
I tried, but even my clairvoyance isn't enough to tell us anything.
Nothing feels particularly off to me either.
Well, if you two can't work anything out, the rest of us sure won't.
Well, we can't exactly just leave and pretend we didn't see anything.
Oh.
Rousing speech time?
Gonna try and see if Valimar knows anything?
Yeah. Heed my call. Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
How was Valimar supposed to get in here? Oh, he's gonna teleport. Okay.
Goodness.
You know how to do spatial translocation with him?
Spirit vein traveling, of course.
Valimar, do you understand anything about the situation we're in?
We witches only know half the secrets concerning the Divine Knights.
But you're one yourself. Maybe you know something?
My memories have yet to fully return. What I can confirm is that this place was created by the gnomes.
Gnomes? Weren't they also responsible for building the spirit shrines we visited?
Indeed. They're said to have worked with the Hexen clan's ancestors 1,200 years ago in order to accomplish something.
That is correct. Some of their finest technology is gathered in this place. The creation of a large-scale phase space, the expansion of flexible materials, as well as the development of the trial system.
Like the trial all of us overcame earlier this year?
And presumably the same ones Dreikel's the Lionheart and the Lance-Maiden overcame before us.
It must be. Crow was supposed to have overcome one under Ordis, too. Tell us everything that you know, Valimar. Why did the gnomes make a place like this to begin with? Why seal away the Divine Knights and make us overcome trials to obtain them? And what's happening here right now?
I have lost the knowledge with which to answer your questions. However, the key to all is known as the Great One. The first to be born, and the last to stand.
The Great One, huh? The first to be born, and the last to stand.
I feel as though I've heard those words before.
I'm sure it would mean something to Vita and the Elder, but I'm clueless.
Furthermore, the entity you fought during the Jetlag trial you overcame is none other than the shadow of the Great One.
That huge thing?
I feel like something's clicking into place in my head, but not really.
Still, if what happened here before was a trial for us to overcome, is what's happening now a trial as well?
Most likely so. However, this is not an official trial you were intended to complete. I suspect some disturbance triggered the activation of a different trial, resulting in the current turn of events.
Let me get this straight. This is all related to the truth behind what happened 1,200 years ago, right?
We've gotten ourselves wrapped up in something that's truly out of this world, haven't we? Wait, you aren't all thinking of...
Oh, we show is.
You're gonna try and get to the bottom of this, aren't you?
Yes. It might sound strange, but this almost feels like a continuation of the first night of the festival.
And by coincidence, this also happens to be our final free day.
I think we can all agree that we have a duty to see this through.
We'll be sure to do so by the end of the day.
I doubt it will compare to the trials we've faced in that infernal castle, but it should prove interesting
You
nonetheless.
should, not make promises you can't keep, Machias.
Like there was even a point in asking, Sarah.
I do believe we should be acting with a little more caution. Where do you begin preparing for a situation like this?
Well, if you all insist. But we're coming too.
You will? That would be a huge help.
It would certainly make our investigation easier if you were with us.
You guys rock. Yeah, you're all super strong! In that case, I would be more than willing to assist you as well.
Sharon! What's up, Sharon? How'd you get in here?
Sharon? How long have you...
Can you maybe stop doing the thing with the skulking around in the shadows and popping out at the last minute?
Oh, Lady Sarah, I did nothing of the sort. I only arrived mere moments ago. Why are all of you always like this? Right. Okay. This time, I'll be coming with you all to make sure you don't push yourselves too hard.
But...
This is our final free day too, you know. We want to make it one to remember as much as anyone else.
I'll stay here and back you guys up. If you need anything, just say the word.
George is like, I'm an engineer, I ain't a fighter.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. Well, if everyone else is joining in on the fun, the two of us would like to assist you as well.
What? Your Highness, I'm not sure...
Please don't try and stop me, Captain. This academy was founded by one of my ancestors. And as a member of the Arner family, I hardly feel that I can turn a blind eye to what is happening here. And besides, I just so happened to receive this wonderful gift from my brother.
That looks like an orbital staff, though it's a different size than the ones we use.
Hold on a minute. Isn't that the Epstein Foundation's latest model?
The Epstein Foundations?
Weren't their staves the original model for the ones we've been testing here?
And I'm just gonna interject right there. Staves is the correct plural form of staff. It is not staffs. Don't you mistake that. Staves.
My brother used his connections to get it for me,
Sometimes you just gotta let people know.
and it's been adjusted especially for me, so I have no problems using it. A member of the Arner family using a specially adjusted orbital staff should be quite formidable. Yeah, I can see her being a real force to be reckoned with using it. Naturally, if Her Highness is going, I will be accompanying her. And I'm afraid that nothing you say is going to change my mind.
But...
You're fighting a losing battle, Reen.
If you're so worried about her, why not take her along so you can keep an eye on her instead?
Alright, I get it. Class 7, and everyone else kind enough to aid us? Our mission is to investigate and resolve the strange situation here. This is our Class 7's final trial. So let's give it everything we've got!
Right! Yeah, everyone said right. There's no understoods, all rights, nothing. Right. That's how we do. Okay. So just for the fun of it, let's add some standard non-squad members. Let's see. I don't know if we've seen. Well, we'll cover our bases. So we'll take all these people. No. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Well, we're actually not going to do anything here for right now. Who is this for? Supreme Fist. Oh, that's kind of cool that you can buy them their final weapons. It's actually very cool. This is for her. It's for Toval. Huh. Although I admit it's kind of weird to be spending your Zemirian ore on them. Make sure all of their slots are see, look at this. Look at this. You can't depend on these people. Anyways, this is actually where we're gonna stop here for today. We're not going to dive straight into this particular area at the moment. What we're going to do is we have a hidden quest that we need to do and a bunch of final character notes that we need to grab. So tomorrow, since most of the stuff is not very important, it'll probably be in the morning to afternoon. I don't have a time lined up for it just yet. It's kind of spur of the moment. But sometime before 5:30 PST, we're going to have a short stream. And we're going to do the character notes. We'll have a stream. I don't know if it'll be short or not, but we'll get the character notes. We'll do the final hidden quest. And then maybe we'll delve into a couple of floors. We'll see. I think what I might do is just show off some of the abilities of these characters that I'm never ever going to use again. Which, you know, they're basically in my party right now. So I'll probably do that. And then at maybe 5:30 PST, maybe we'll start delving into the dungeon itself. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We only got this last dungeon to go, and then we're done with the game. Tomorrow I'll kind of go into more details about what the dungeon is and what to expect out of it. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow in the morning for a smaller stream. Possibly a smaller stream, I should say. And then in the afternoon, we'll dive into some floors and see what we got. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you tomorrow. Peace.